I've got a package here from Las Vegas. This is the Viivant power bank that I've been waiting for. So these guys sent it to me to check out. Let's take a look at the inside. Let's see what it looks like. Now, the description on this was very interesting. They kind of talked about how you don't want to pull out just any kind of power bank when you're at a fancy board meeting or something like that. So this is supposed to be stylish as well as functional. Let's get a little bit closer. All right, so not too much on the outside here. On the back, you've got the dimensions, 8.7 millimeters by 138 to 68 millimeters wide. We've got dual output ports. One is going to be 1 amp, one is 2.1. And then, of course, we have a micro USB to charge. And it says that this comes close to full, charges in 4 hours. They did state that this comes pretty much close to fully charged, but to go ahead and charge it anyways, which we'll do before we use it. And it's made of an aluminum unibody, and it's got a power button. So on the inside, we have a 2-year warranty if you register. That's pretty cool. Owner's manual, which I would imagine is very basic. There's not a lot to these things really. Now, the power bank itself, and of course we have our charging cable here. Regular micro USB. And this is kind of a, I think you would call this a brushed aluminum finish. We've got 5 amp hours. Made in China. We've got our dual ports down here at the bottom right next to the charging port. I don't see any lights just yet. We've got a, looks like the power button is over here on the side. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in and see if we have any indications of charging. Yeah, I don't see any lights, so I'm not sure unless, okay, so we do have something here on the side, and it's flashing. It's got 1, 2, 3 illuminated, and the 4th one is flashing. I imagine that means that when we get to a full charge, this will go solid. So I'm going to leave this plugged in, and we'll come back and check it out in a while. The capacity of this power bank is 5,000 milliamp hours. So on most standard phones, and when I say standard, I mean like an iPhone 6S or a Galaxy S6 or S7, you should easily be able to get 2 full charges on your phone. If you're using something larger like the 6S Plus or the Galaxy S6 Edge, those have a higher battery capacity all the way up to 3,000 milliamp hours, so you'll probably get about 1.5 charges on that type of phone. The power bank comes with a 1-year warranty, but this card that came inside the box says that if you go online and register your product, you can get a 2-year warranty. That's a pretty good deal for something like this, considering that most power banks have roughly 500 charging cycles before they start to lose their capacity. What surprised me about this was the weight. Most of the time when you get something that's lightweight, it almost feels cheap. This does not feel cheap. It's got a nice textured finish to the outside, but again, much lighter than you would expect it to be. There are 2 USB outputs on the bottom. One is a 1 amp and one is a 2.1 amp, which is recommended for tablets and larger phones. Here you can see the Viivant next to an iPhone 6, almost exactly the same dimensions when it comes to height and width. And if we take a look from the bottom end, we can see that the thickness is still significantly more than what the iPhone 6 is. And if you take a look at that port on the left-hand side, you will notice that the USB is just slightly crooked, but I didn't have any problems using it, so the functionality doesn't seem to be affected at all. You can use both of these outputs simultaneously, and they will charge 2 devices at the same time. It does come with the USB cable that you can use to charge the power bank, and you can actually use that cable to charge an Android phone or anything that runs with a micro USB. Of course, if you're using an Apple product, you will have to have the appropriate USB cable in order to use it with this power bank. The manufacturer recommends that after it's fully charged that you do disconnect it from the wall. And while it said it can hold a charge for up to 6 months, they do recommend that you power cycle it at least every 3 to 80% or so. So definitely want to use this every couple of months and don't just leave it sitting in storage for the full 6-month period of time. As you can see, the charger works great with the iPhone 6. Took a little bit longer to charge up the Galaxy S6, and for some reason, much longer to get the same amount of charge on a Windows phone. One thing that would be nice to see added to this charger is an internal micro USB like the one that my old Motorola charger has. The price point for this being a 5000 milliamp charger that's very stylish and thin and lightweight at the same time is reasonable. It's $25.99 on Amazon, and if you use this coupon code, you'll get an extra 15% off. Of the 369 reviews that I saw, 90% of them were 5-star, so it looks like there's a lot of good feedback from customers who've been using this for a while. If you found the video helpful, like it, share it, check out my channel for more tutorials and product reviews, and most of all, remember to hit the subscribe button. Feel free to leave your feedback in the comments section, and thanks for watching.